Hi, famous last words. No more dolls' houses. There isn't any room. These sentences have been uttered by me so many times, it is unbelievable. But recently, me and my daughter, well, it was actually a medical appointment. She needed to go in another village near us, and there happens to be an antique centre. So, of course, we had to go in there. This is Harrisions Antique Centre, and it's also an auction house. Now, me and my husband do go there. It is a lovely place, got a really cool cafe and all that sort of thing. So we do love it, and we have picked up a lot of bargains. It's huge. I've actually decided to do a little bit of video of it, which I will pop on the end, and you can see, I mean, I don't even do all of it. I've just done sections of it. You can see how huge it is. It's in an area called Thurnscoe where we are, and it's gorgeous, absolutely amazing. Just to look at the items is a joy. You don't have to buy anything. Just walk around and get yourself a nice cup of coffee and a cake. Awesome cheesecakes. I didn't have one because I'm trying to behave, but apparently they are awesome cheesecakes. And yeah, it was just nice to have a look around. So we did enjoy the day. But we'd gone up one day and I'd seen this little doll's house, which is here. And I said no. I said, no, no more, no more, no more. I went home, and you know what it's like. I'm like, oh, should I have got it? It was really nice. It was unusual. Not seen one like that before. And then so the next day, before my husband went to work, I got him to drop me and my daughter off again. Even though it was barely open, the place, and we must have been there like eager at the door to get in. And so we went in. He was still there. So that was great. So I grabbed hold of it. My daughter also brought a picnic basket while we were there, and we also definitely went in the cafe and had a good look round, and as I did a little bit of filming, so we'll see that at the other end. Now this is the doll's house. I'm going to try and hold it up, but I have done a video of around it. I'm going to do the video of content in it because there's little bits and pieces, so there will be more sort of viewing of it, so to speak. But here it is. How cute is that? And I don't know whether I can do it holding it like this. Ta-da! The lid lifts off, which is really nice. It's like a little bungalow, totally different from any of the other houses. It is still vintage. I would say it's maybe scratch built. I think it could be made by a pattern system that hobbies do. That is a possibility, but I think the accessories on it, you know, the wallpaper and all that sort of thing, does scream getting it from like hobbies. Now that is an online shop now. It used to be a magazine you used to get, things like that. But I don't know, it feels homemade, but I just love how you lift the lid. It's like a jewellery box, and inside are all these wonderful goodies. Now my grandchildren have absolutely loved it because it's been sat in my dining room up to now, so every time they come they've opened it up and they like doing that sort of top down play, which yeah, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Smaller scale, much smaller scale than my others. But again, we'll have a chat about that when we go top down. There's some lovely vintage pieces of furniture, which I've had a little bit of research. Again, not a huge amount of look, but I have got some information. So we're going to go top down and have a look. So don't forget to have a look at some pictures, well, some video footage as well of Harrison's when I went there. And I will join you top down in a second. So let's have a look what's in this cutie. Now, it was in perfect condition, and I have to admit, I mentioned that my husband dropped us off, but unfortunately we had to come home on the bus and I had to pop it in a bag, and I have actually broken off one of the chimney spouts. It is in there, so I do have to repair it, but obviously it has a little bit of texture here around this bit, so I need to sort that out because I've lost, I don't know how well you can see that. You can see it, can't you? I've lost the texture bit as well, so I need to sort that out. I might need to probably take that one off actually and redo them so they're both the same, but I do actually have the wooden dowel, so that is good. Now it is a paper roof, and that again is so surprising. It is in good condition, so I don't know if that's been redone over the time period, because you can still buy this paper, you can still get it, but I can't see anything. Maybe some tiny scuffs on the corners, but nothing that you go, oh, I need to repair it. It is fine. Now if we tip it up slightly, I don't want to tip it up too much. Can you see that? Yes, you can. So we do have a really cute little front door here, which does that open? I think it will, but there's like a carpet on the inside and it's not allowing it to open, but it's got some details on it. It looks like there may be hand-drawn details. Again, a little bit of damp maybe has affected this, but in some respects that almost makes it real, doesn't it? So I was thinking, you know, if I could get some plants and maybe some little window boxes, something like that. So I'll sort of tart it up, but I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I think this is fine. This is like a texture. Looking closer, I would consider painting this, But I think it's just white. It's easy enough to do. I might consider repainting that on the doors and bits and bobs. But yeah, it's all quite superficial, the work that wants doing it. So you can see we've got a chimney. As I say, I've done another little bit of a video, which I'll add on the end, where you just do a little tour around it, so to speak. And then it's the same. There's no actual window frames in them all. This is another reason I'm thinking, well, is it scratch built? You know, has somebody made it? Don't know what windows. I mean, I know any windows I've got wouldn't fit there, but I don't know whether it needs them. I might make some little curtains, perhaps, you know, or little nets, something like that. I'm quite excited about doing this. I keep saying that every time I get a new one, I'm going to go, I'm doing that one, and then another one comes along, so I don't get them done. But what we really want to look at is in here. As I say, it's like opening a jewellery box full of tiny gems. Now, I was just going to show you this side of it. Can you see that well enough? This is like, what do you call it, this paper? Wood chip type paper. So again, this sort of screams homemade to me, and it's got nails. Got a couple of screws missing there. And again, wouldn't necessarily pass any health and safety tests there because I can feel the nails sticking through. But again, that is how it was, isn't it? All right, pop it down. It's not heavy, but it's sort of clumsy to hold. And as you can see, we are full of little bits and pieces. I love how it is structured. As I say, my grandchildren seem to like playing top down, you know, moving things around. I'm like, that works really, really well, actually. So I do like the system that it has. We have two little fireplaces built in. Again, I think possibly there's little pieces of wood that have been covered. I actually think this is paper. You can see it just lifting. I mean, I've got to keep making sure it's actually on because I've got the camera higher so we can see it properly. It looks like it's lifting just there. So I think they've probably papered it all with the same wood chip type, like textured paper. Which again, I can alter that easy enough because I was actually planning on using some vintage papers in there to give it a little bit of colour, a little bit of shape, things like that. But as I said, the furniture came with it. I paid £44 for this. And I'm just going to have a quick look at the camera. Make sure. Yeah, we are. We're more central now. I paid £44 for this, which I know some people go, oh, we paid £44 for a doll's house, an old doll's house, things like that. But it's a good price. Whether it's a brand, I know most of my others are GBs, and I do have a couple that I have no idea who they are, but because they were unusual, I bought them. But I think something somebody's made can be as important as a brand one because it's got the value of its history. It's been played with. Somebody's taken time. I mean, looking at the wood, I'm not sure what sort of wood this is. I'm a bit rubbish on that. I always get the names of the woods wrong. It's not MDF, put it that way. So that means it's got to be over a certain age. I'm sure that's not anything like that. It's always something to watch for. If it's not real wood, it is quite often a more modern piece, isn't it? So which room should we start with? You can see I've got all these little goodies. They're so tiny. I think we might be looking at 1/24 here. I have one 1/24 house. It is a cottage. And again, I am guilty of having it, it's before my grandchildren, so I'm looking at 10, 15 years, and it's been painted and roofed and everything, but otherwise it's just sat on the shelf, which is such a shame. I'm really naughty. I need to get some work done. Right, so we'll start with the corridor because there's only one piece in there. And you can see this one is actually larger. This one is going to work for my 1/16. There is a tiny version, look at that, and that is 1/12. Now I can't remember whether these were both the same brand. This is one called Cleeware. Now I had a little look for Cleeware. It is an early plastic, but I thought, I'm sure somebody had told me it was Bakelite, but when I looked, I read that they actually coloured it and everything to make it look like Bakelite. So that means it's not actually that old. It is, you can hear the type of plastic. Can you hear that? So you know it's an old plastic. It's more brittle than it would be nowadays. There's more flexibility in the plastic now. Now I can't remember whether the big one is also, I mean, they look almost the same, don't they? Cleeware. I will keep wanting to say Clean Easy because that's the company for something else. Cleeware. So that's like the tiny version of the big one, but that's going to fit in with my other dolls' houses, so that's okay. So I'm going to put the larger one to one side, and this is the scale we are looking at. Now there is a fluffy Nice piece of fabric. I was going to say a carpet. It's actually a piece of fabric. I will re-carpet that out. I may even sort of do it like it's a parquet floor, something like that. They are such simple changes that it's something, sometimes with my others, I know there's a lot of work to do and it sort of puts you off doing it. Whereas this one, I'm like, well, yeah, you know, it's a quick half-an-hour job, or I could do this, or I could do that. And that is why I'm thinking of doing this first. So as we look at each one, I'm going to put the furniture in there. So that's a little yellow door there. We have a little back door as well, which does open in. Or is that the front door? Is that the back door? I think, yeah, that's the back door. Of course it is, because that's the back where it is. So yeah, we've got two little doors, one with a little hole in it, sort of for the door, sort of glass or something, and the other one's just a plain little door. So where should we go? I'm going to go with this room first. Let's pull it all out. We have a piece of, I think, felt, to be honest. I don't think I can lift it up. There's little doors into each room as well, which I absolutely love. Can you see where the little doorways are? So again, makes it sort of really real. But yeah, that's like a bit of felt. I can't pick it up. Ta-da! It is coming up. It's coming up. Yeah, that is literally a piece of felt, which is quite a cool idea to do carpeting for something of this scale, because you need something tiny pile or very, very sort of flat because it's so small. But look, we've got a little dresser. Now there might be some, there are some drawers. I don't think there's drawers for this one, but look at that. How cute is that? Now let's have a look. This one is blue box. I noticed that. I did find blue box. Again, made in Hong Kong, which they probably all will be. So yes, it is a company that has been going for a long, long time. So that's a blue box one. So as far as when I had a quick look, it's all Clearware or blue box. We have a little bed. Oh, that's quite cool. So you've got your bed and then you've got like a quilt cover. So that's quite nice. Again, for play, that's great because they can sort of take it out. You can't really, I suppose you could put a doll under it and do it like that, something like that. But that's quite cute. And we are looking at, absolutely no idea for this brand. Now, there was a lot of these sort of plastics made in this time period. So it's a cheap range of toys, isn't it? I mean, we know that. I mean, I can remember having some, and it was a cheap way of getting little doll's house furnitures. And I actually quite like these plastic pieces. We have a very nice little bath, which I really like. And that's a I'm saying it again, a Clearware. That's what it is. Clee, not clear. Clee. So I like the little bath. I like how it's structured. So a little bath there. So we did all that room. What room we go here next? Now this I love. Now I don't know about, depending on your age, who's watching, some of you will remember. Are we seeing this? Can you see the girls are doing the can-can? How cute. Now I can remember getting these little sort of screens, not with the TV, just these. And what were they inside? Were they inside something like a bubble gum or something like that? And you get your sweet treat in it, and then there'd be one of these, and there'd always be like a different picture. And I was absolutely fascinated. The fact that it moved. I thought it was magical and amazing, and I loved them. And when I got one of these, I thought, oh, that's so cute. And it's in a little plastic TV, which has no name. Again, it's got to be the same sort of range, hasn't it? It'll have been like in a cheap set, but the fact it's got that in made my day. So what else have we got? We have a table, which has got like a marble effect. This is blue box. And along with that, we have little chairs, which some of them don't. I mean, look how tiny they are compared with what I'm not. Even the 1/6 scale, we're looking at this. These are really tiny in comparison. So we'll put that away. Surprised the legs are not broken off. That is quite an achievement with plastic of this age. And we have another little chair. Oh, I was going to say we don't think we've got a matching set, but there's some chairs in the other room as well. These are I'm doing it again, Clearware. And that is blue box. And it just shows, okay, they're almost identical. Oh, we do have a little shortened leg there. Never mind. I can always sort of shorten the other legs. Oh, I'm throwing it away. That's not good. I can always shorten the other legs to make it match. But if you look at the backs, they're identical. But they are two different brands. And I'm finding this with the doll's houses full stop. It's like with the Lumber, you've got Lumber, you've got Barton. And they're all sort of like blending into one another. So I've got a feeling maybe the same manufacturers were making some of these, especially if they're made in Hong Kong. I suspect different companies have asked them to make it, so you get similar styles. So in fact, yeah, that one's the same as well. What else have we got in here? Well, I've got this little red chair. Now, I know I wasn't going to do a room at a time, but look, we've got two of these little red chairs. They're cute. no name on those. But again, it's this really hard plastic. Now I like this. Oh, what have I just thrown in there? Oh, it's a little something. I don't know, little bench, little piece of nonsense, beautiful something. And I love this little armchair. That is Blue Box again, but I like the detail on that. It's very similar to some of the lumber that you can get. That's sort of like this hard, sort of looks like it's, can't think of the word, upholstered, that's the word, but it's not. Look at this. Now this matches wherever it was this. So that's got to be, that sort of screams dining room, but I don't know, I've not actually thought about the rooms. You can see how basic they're made. There's nothing at the back there. But that's okay. Again, clearware. I'm going to get it right if it kills me. We have a little dressing table. No mirror, but perhaps I can find some mirrored card or something to go in there. That's clearware. We have two. Oh, there's my chimney. That's my chimney that I need to sort out. And this, my husband says, what is it? Is it a cake? Is it a cake? I said no at first, but you know, I think it's a little stool, you know, to go with the dressing table that's over there, which I think it is, looking at the colours. But yeah, I get what he means. It could be a little cake, couldn't it? But I'm pretty sure it's a little stool to go with the dressing table. So again, we have felt. Oh no, this time it's velvet. They've been very actually sort of, I don't know, creative with the types of flooring. That's just painted at the bottom. We can work on that. Which room's next? You move it over slightly. I'm going in here. Now I just mentioned there was this. And yeah, if you look, it's the same sort of patterning. But this is quite nice. I wonder if that would work with the other one. That just looks like it's silver paint. Maybe all needs a little bit of a clean. Oh, maybe not a paint. I think it's just a silver piece of plastic, isn't it? Can't see any names on that one. That's quite glamorous, isn't it? I quite like that one. And we have a little set of chest of drawers. So bedroom wise, we're looking good because we've seen a bed, and there's another bed in here. We've seen a bed, we've seen a dressing table, chest of drawers, all good. That is Blue Box. Now we have, now this again is cheaper end. At least the Blue Box one's got a little bit more detail, but this is sort of a super cheap version. Not that the Blue Box or the other one would have been an expensive version, but they're always like hollow, but they look quite nice. I mean, so my grandkids have been playing with it and not sort of questioned that at all. Because then there's a tiny one to go with it. So this would have been part, do you think it would have been part of that as a bedroom set? I think possibly. Yes, I think so, because look, that goes with it as well. So that is actually another bedroom set. How many bedroom sets they need, I do not know. Did I not drop the chimney in there? Clearly not. I'll pop it in there. Again, another one that looks like Bakelite. Pretty sure not, unless somebody knows different. If it is, let me know. But I'm sure I read that they created it to look like Bakelite, not that it was Bakelite. It's like an old radio, which again is quite cool. It's different. We have a little piano, which is Blue Box. Again, it's not much detail, it's very basic, but it's still nice. We have the tiniest bed ever, which would be a doll's house bed for a doll's house. A doll's house for a doll's house bed? Yes, I think that's the right way around. So yeah, that'd be cute. We have some drawers, which up to now, I don't have anywhere to put them. Oh, hang on, was it this? I said there was some drawers, didn't I? Oh, I'm dropping them. It will be, won't it? Yay, we have a full piece. I guess in some respects they're cheap, but they didn't have to do all this detailing of opening drawers and things, especially at this scale. So that's complete now, so that's good. We have another bed. Now this one's way more glamorous. This has to go with that dressing table set, doesn't it? So that's probably the bed I'm going to use. Another bit of velvet on the floor. We have a proper little door here and a little fireplace. There's so many things that you could add to and make it look really nice. I'm going to have to pop that there now because we're running out of space. Now our very last room has kitchen equipment in because my grandchildren, as I say, have already been moving things around. So we have a fridge, and somebody has drawn, this is another thing I like about getting furniture and that's vintage. You can see where other people have been playing. I'm presuming, do you think they're plates of food, something like that? So you can see a child at some point has been making some details. And again, even though they're cheap, they've got proper little sort of shelves in there. Now, what brand is that one? That's a Blue Box. So I'm going to pop the kitchen ones in here because there's a couple that match. because then we have a little cooker that matches. So we've got some green furnishings here, and we have a little sink. So they're quite nice because they all match. But then there is another kitchen set. Now, I'm not sure which one to use. Everyone knows I like green, so it's probably going to be the green. And also these, even though they're hollow, they've got a bit more detail. Whereas these here, and there's another one to go with these, is a little simpler. So if it'll fit in my other 1/24th, I would probably put them in there. But saying that, there's actually furniture in there, so I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm doing with those yet, but they're quite nice. They're still in good condition. Oh, we're at the end. We are. What's this floor? Oh, this hasn't got a flooring in it. So I'm going to just straighten it up a little bit and have a think. Right, we have hallway. We have a fireplace here and a fireplace here. So would we be talking... There's not enough rooms, is there? Would there be? What would we think? We need a lounge, but it might be a lounge diner, because we need a big bedroom, because then we also need a bathroom and we need a kitchen, don't we? That's slightly smaller, so I think bathroom. This is going to be the kitchen. I think I'm going to go with the green. And I say if I can get some little window boxes and things like that, that'll look really nice. Yes, so bathroom, kitchen, living room. I'm probably going to change this. And bedroom. So we don't need all this furniture. And there's a little, with the actual porchy bit, there's this hallway area, so we can maybe stand some plants or something like that. There's just so much. Tiniest bit of repair. I think I'm going to get the white emulsion out just to touch up all these little bits. So I need to empty it all out. I think I need to get this going, don't I? I need to be told off and said to get this finished. Because I think I might sit this one next to my computer, because that is just super cute. So I'm going to close it all up. I will let you know as I go. That is my purchase from Harrisions, and I love it, and I'm so pleased I went back. And that's a risk. That's the only problem. If you're going to get something, sometimes just buy it. Just buy it on instinct, as long as you've got the money. I mean, never get yourself into debt or anything like that. I'm always quite strict. I'll only buy it if I do have the money. So yeah, always do it, because the risk I took, really, I was having palpitations, I think, when I went back, because I was so worried it wasn't going to be there. As mad as that seems, I know. But it was, and I was very lucky, and I did get it. They say £44, and the price of a bus trip, it was well worth it. And also we had some nice toast and tea in the cafe, and had a chat with the owner in there, whose name was the same as my daughter's as well. So that was Charlotte. So it was Charlotte's Cafe, which is really lovely in there. If you're ever in the area, and I know people do travel quite a way actually to get to this place, and you're wanting your antiques, I mean, some of the things you will see on the video, furniture, oh, I mean, my house isn't big enough to take that sort of furniture, but some of it is mind-blowing to look at. But there's always knickknacks, always little things, lots of jewellery, lots of ornaments. Oh, I just can't possibly list it all, but it was fabulous. So that's just the top of my doll's house. That's not very interesting to look at. So I'm going to go for now. Don't forget to check out the little bit of videos I'm going to add on. There's a little video of this, and also the videos of Harrisions. So I will see you all very soon. If you enjoy my channel, don't forget to please like, subscribe and share, and I will see you all very soon. Bye bye for now.